We're effectively run in this country by a bunch of childless cat ladies.
J.D. Vance has the lowest ratings ever for a VP, but don't count him out yet. He can still go lower.
Giving Kamala Harris control over inflation policy, Shannon, it's like giving Jeffrey Epstein control over human trafficking policy.
That's rich, you hillbilly. Comparing Kamala with Jeffrey Epstein? I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure you won't find Kamala's name on any of the Epstein plane flight logs. But you will find this waffle cock on 8 different trips where Epstein took his friends to have sex with young girls.
Come on in, go inside.
An invitation into Donald Trump's world. Footage from 1992 found in the NBC archives shows the future president welcoming Jeffrey Epstein to his Mar-a-Lago estate. The get-together more than a decade before Epstein pleaded guilty to prostitution charges in Florida. Both men are seen enjoying themselves, Trump pointing out women dancing in front of them. An apparently friendly encounter with a man the president is now looking to distance himself from.
It's like giving Jeffrey Epstein control over human trafficking policy.
Are you that stupid, JD? I mean, it's not bad enough that you said women without children are beneath you and a blight on society?
By a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too.
Or that January 6th insurrectionists were peaceful?
Weren't Trump supporters involved in the January 6th violence at the U.S. Capitol?
Well, if a few people were violent, certainly, but I don't think the majority of Donald Trump's supporters are violent.
Fuck these Democrats! 4 people died that day and 100 cops were hospitalized. But you can't stop yourself. That's because you're desperately trying to suck up to a guy who is an avowed racist, whose friends trashed your own wife.
J.D. Vance also has a non-white wife, an Indian wife, and a kid named Vivek. All his kids have Indian names. So it's like, what exactly are we getting here? But it's like, who is this guy really? Do we really expect that the guy who has an Indian wife and named their kid Vivek is going to support white identity?
You and Trump are fading in the polls, and I guess we should thank you, except for this part. You're persuading Trump's ignorant followers to rally around Trump's insane racist banter.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
Vance joins Trump in the circle of women-hating Republicans who can't attack Harris on policy because she's smart and can address each and every success the Biden administration has accomplished. And in case you haven't noticed, the economy is booming under every metric by which we judge growth.
If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Oh yeah, Donnie, I forgot to tell you, the stock market, it's at a record high, and all the other indicators are kicking ass.
And you have some of the most brilliant people on Wall Street saying this. The stock market is only up because they think I'm going to win. And if we don't win, according to many people, including one of the greatest Wall Street prognosticators, named Scott Bessent. Has anyone heard of him? One of the most brilliant guys on Wall Street. If I don't win, you will have a 1929-style depression.
Remember 10 days ago when Republicans went all in on the idea the economy is crashing and this is the end of America? And then the stocks went right back up and they went, oops.
On GDP, Biden, 2.9%. He beats out Trump. Unemployment, Biden better than Trump. Average unemployment over the term so far. Same thing on jobs created, where Trump ends up negative. Biden way to the positives.
But let's get back to Vance's attack on women.
By a bunch of childless cat ladies.
J.D. Vance has a long track record of being a huge dick.
Did she let down the country, do you think?
Sure. What I find so weird about this is that we've tried to turn a very tragic moment, Simone Biles quitting the Olympic team, into this act of heroism. And I think it reflects pretty poorly on our sort of therapeutic society that we try to praise people not for moments of strength, not for moments of heroism, but for their weakest moments.
Let's just say it, you hillbilly mop bucket. Biles has more courage and heroism at 27 years old than you will ever command. She has proven to the world that she will surpass anything you will ever do. And this is just one of the many reasons why people hate you, JD. Biles is a perfect example of why women are sick of your impotent little squeals. You are simply a piece of prairie dung with your nose firmly nudging Trump's sphincter while the world laughs. Vance mentioning Harris in the same breath as Epstein, a man who molested dozens of young girls and then who was close friends with Trump during that time, well, it shows you that Vance will sink as low as Trump, which is a whole different kind of obscenity.
It's like giving Jeffrey Epstein control over human trafficking policy. The American people are much smarter than that.
For this guy to mention Jeffrey Epstein, when he has encouraged women to stay in relationships with domestic violence, and when he called someone getting impregnated through rape as inconvenient, is really something.
How many times do I have to listen to the GOP's bullshit lies about caring for young women, while literally lying about others who are really responsible?
The cartels put her on a mattress in a shoebox of a room, and they sent men through that door over and over again.
That was the response after the State of the Union, when this twit lied about a woman suggesting her attack was Biden's fault when she was actually raped 20 years ago in Mexico during the Bush administration.
Fight! 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 Donald Trump and Butler County's J.D. Vance are the last chance to save our country politically. I'm afraid if we lose this one, it's going to take a civil war to save the country.
This is Trump and Vance's plan should they lose, and they will lose, by telling lies about Harris, and sometimes just sounding insane.
Kamala has one big advantage. She's a very beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman. So I decided to go back and reread the clause. I'm not saying he's, but I say that I am much better looking than her. I think I'm much better. Much better. I'm a better looking person than Kamala. No, I couldn't believe it. She said, I had never heard that one. They said, no, her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman. I'm going, I never thought of that.
Bottom line, Trump's attack, like Hillbilly Vance, are never on policy or substance, but on her race and gender.
So if you want somebody that is constantly tearing somebody down, and let me just say this, if I might just lean into this. He seems to have a real problem with the fact that he's running against a woman who is black, and he can't understand that whether she's Indian or she's black, and he's concerned about it. So let me try to explain it to him, although I can't understand it for him. You can actually in America be two things at once. You can be Indian and you can be black. You can be Irish and you can be Italian, or you can be ignorant and arrogant like he is. Because in America, we believe in everybody coming together and doing one thing and lifting everybody up.
Discriminating against and denigrating, just denigrating white people.
Trump is losing, and he has no idea how to curb Harris's momentum. So now they're attacking the polls.
I just got back from vacation and noticed Kamala Harris has surged ahead of Trump in the polls. So I had my team look into it. Turns out these pollsters are dramatically oversampling Democrats.
But if you really want to know why Trump is losing, keep listening to this ass-kissing incel.
Now, I don't see why any man would vote Democrat. It's not the party of virtue, security. It's not the party of strength. It's definitely not the party of family. And to be a man and then vote for a woman just because she's a woman is either childish, that person has mommy issues, or they're just trying to be accepted by other women. And I heard the scientists say the other day that when a man votes for a woman, he actually transitions into a woman.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what the science says.
Science says that.
That's all you need to know about the Republican Party. They're losing, and it's just getting started.
No more Trump! No more Trump! No more Trump! No more Trump! No more Trump!
Kamala Harris is smart, Trump is a sociopath, J.D. Vance is a loser, and Americans are getting it and running towards sanity. But don't take it from me. Ask man's best friend.
Now, where Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, and their spouses, they're at a firehouse in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. They are touring 4 cities in western Pennsylvania.
Dogs know. They understand loyalty, and they're fierce defenders of those they love. And people who hate dogs, can you really trust them?
How would I look walking a dog on the White House lawn? Would that be? Feels a little phony. Yeah, Obama had a dog, you're right.
Kamala Harris resonates because people like her. She's not perfect, but she's tough. She works hard, she loves her stepchildren, and shows them the respect they deserve. Trump?
I've said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird! This hackneyed hillbilly continues to play loose with his disrespect for women, but not for long. There's a train coming for you, JD, and it's packed with cat ladies who've had enough of your slack-jawed insults. You and your man-titty boyfriend will have a reckoning, and it will sound like this. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Damn right.
Trust me.
Shut the f*** up, Don.
Who's with me?
Oh, yeah, the lie.
Indictable.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm allowing this freak show to continue.
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
I don't want to talk about this stuff.
Am I wrong?
Damn right.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.